It's funny to think how, beneath our skin, beneath the surface, every one of us is a skeleton in a closet of skin, and we carry the notion that it is all around safer to keep these things buried along with baby teeth and training wheels and security blankets that now just embarrass us. Safety first. Safety comes first, they told us ever since kindergarten, and we would fall to the ground, knees to chest, hands to head, preparing for the event in which a tornado may or may not come. 12 years later, I still pull this position out of my time capsule when debt collectors come knocking at our door. I hit the floor, hard. And for a moment, I don't exist, because there's no one around to see my skeleton, and I think that maybe if I got up and let this man in, dined with him like that Jesus guy dined with the tax collectors, he would leave me alone. But then I remember that biblical nonsense doesn't apply here, and instead of trying to make sense of things with karma and divine providence, I choose to believe that shit just happens sometimes. I feel safer being insignificant. And safety comes first, you jerk. I'm sorry. Forgive me for speaking in circles and twisting myself into tornadoes, because sometimes all this righteous anger gets the best of me, makes me rigid and brittle to the point where I feel like I have no choice but to tear off my limbs and throw them at people who I think would look a little prettier with some blood on their faces. So forgive me for finding wounded warriors and patron saints beautiful. I'll blame that on my righteous anger too, even though I'd rather blame it on you or you or you or you or you or that one guy with the dark eyes, even though I know that people have better things to do than climb the walls I build out of memories recorded in paperback notebooks with Sharpie on the cover. If I told you that I sometimes sleep with them and wake up with marker on my face, would you judge me? Would you judge me for clutching the closest thing I have to a soul near, in the hopes that we'll become one? Is that silly? Is it irony if the flashing lights of an ambulance give me seizures, or that glass vials of Mederma shatter and the shards break my skin? I'm pretty sure I've tasted it. Biting my tongue, trying to preserve things but only ending up with a mouthful of blood. It tastes like irony. But all I can tell you is that sleep is my favorite thing in the world. For 8 hours every night, I can be safe. If I told you it was all in my head, I wouldn't care if you judged me, because that would make you an idiot. A blind idiot. But I know that righteous anger doesn't apply here. I still love you. I love you almost as much as sleeping. I've got my priorities in order, and I've put my righteous anger aside, so it's safe to come back. Back to bed, back to sleep. It's an illusion, but the relief is valid. Trust me, because I know that safety comes first.